Hi there, JJ Roses. Welcome back to the YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the craziest school punishments. Now, as this video goes on, they get worse and worse. You know what? I get it. Schools have got to punish the students that misbehave. Stick around to the end, guys, because some of these schools just go way too far. First one makes sense. Scolding. Most common type of punishment. And this isn't scolding like burning them with boiling water. This is just shouting at them. Imagine they just throw a kettle of boiling water on the student. Okay, switching seats. The teacher might tell you to switch seats. Happens every time you were told to stop chatting to your friend, but you don't. Fair enough. I think that's happened to me once before as well. It's probably happened to most students. 1 in 2 students were given extra homework as a form of punishment. That's pretty shady. But you know what? Fair enough. Sometimes schools have like little they just need to be punished. I'm not sure what I would do. If I was a teacher, what I would do as a punishment. I think I'd make them sit in the corner and not talk to anyone. I don't know. Okay, sent out of class. This never happened to me because I was a little good boy. I remember this happening so much when I was in school. Just like the class clowns or the people that would misbehave, they would just get sent to another room. Okay, here's the most common one. 1 in 5 students got a detention. If you didn't get a detention when you're in school, then you were the most good of the goody two-shoes. Pretty much everyone I know has got a detention once in school. I've only got a couple, and they were class detentions. But they were still detentions, all right? They were still detentions. A form of punishment almost everyone has had. Does your school do this? Let me know if your school doesn't do detentions, because I'll be very surprised if they don't. Now remember, guys, these punishments keep getting worse and worse. You're not going to believe the ones at the end. Reading notes out loud. Oh, God, yeah, that was always so bad. Especially if you're an introvert and you don't like talking in front of people. I used to hate it, but now it's my job. I'm literally talking to however many of you guys there are watching this video. You'd always have that kid at the back saying, "Speak louder! I can't hear him!" You just wanted to kill them. Writing lines. Literally the most boring and useless punishment. I'm pretty sure they get Bart Simpson to do that. I haven't really seen teachers do that much in the UK, but maybe it does happen. I don't know. No recess. Oh, God. That is such an American word. Recess. No break or lunch. I mean, that's basically a detention, isn't it? What they used to do at my school was if you weren't allowed to break or you weren't allowed to lunch, that was just a detention. So it'd be like a break time detention or a lunchtime detention. Oh, okay, it's getting more serious now. Notes sent to parents. I wonder what that would be for. Like maybe biting another student or something. That sounds like something Henry would do. This means double the punishment. It was one of the scariest things as a kid. Yeah, it definitely was. I remember being told off before I went home and they said they were going to phone my parents. All I did was draw with a marker on a little white windowsill. I rubbed it off. It came off fine. But they were like, right, I'm phoning home for that. And it was just, I cried. Confiscate cell phone. That was the worst thing ever. Because your phone just has your whole world on it. When the teacher takes that away from you, it's the worst thing ever. Counseling. One of the most common ways of dealing with naughty kids. Okay, this definitely never happened to me, but this would be like a one-on-one situation that you'd have with your teacher where you just go into a room and they just talk about your life and talk about why you're misbehaving. That sounds terrible. 10 laps around the gym. The typical PE teacher's punishment. 1 in 18 students. Wow. I don't think I've really seen that happen, but that sounds really embarrassing as well. Everyone just watches you as you run around the sports hall. There you go. Stand facing a wall. This is probably what I would do. Have you ever received such a punishment? It gets so tiring. Yeah, probably. Too right. It's how you stop the Honestly, it would be so hard being a teacher. If I was a teacher and a student was really annoying me, I'd use all the ones so far. But I bet I wouldn't use the punishments to come. Wall sit. A good way to make kids exercise, if you ask me. Well, so they just have to sit there. Oh, God. I don't even know how long I can do a wall sit for. Should be pretty good at this. Good leg strength. Yep. Oh, Yep, I don't want to do that anymore. That got boring after about 5 seconds. No sports. I mean, to some kids, that would be great. Some kids don't even like PE. A nightmare for all of those who love after-school activities. Yeah, that would be a really bad punishment. Community service. Some schools force students to do a number of hours to discipline them. Oh my God. Or like cleaning up rubbish and stuff like that. I mean, that's a good punishment. Hold P. These are getting a little bit weird now. Not only is that very uncomfortable, but could cause serious health issues. I mean, whether you were being punished or not, every teacher would always say, no, you can't go to the toilet. You should have gone at break or lunch. I just think that's so stupid. Okay, if you were really naughty, you got suspended. Have you or any of your friends ever been suspended? I mean, the people that used to get suspended in school, I wasn't really friends with them anyway, because they probably were just bullies and I didn't want to be around them. But apparently, that happens to 1 in 88 students. Okay, these are getting more crazy. Silent study halls. Not a very bad punishment. I guess you could always nap there in a hall on your own. Yeah, that seems like a fine punishment. Apparently that happens to 1 in 97 students. Naughty table or naughty step. Some schools make sure everyone knows who's bad by assigning a step for them. What the hell? Okay, it's getting serious now. Deduction of grades. So if you're really bad, nothing hurts more than taking grades off your report card. I mean, that sounds like more of an American thing again, but yeah, that would be really annoying. Cleaning toilets? Oh god, that just would not happen in the UK. If a teacher in the UK told a student to clean the toilet, I think the student would tell them to go themselves. That is just not gonna happen. Unfriend your BFF. I guess it's understandable if the best friend is also a troublemaker. Really? So teachers would make you unfriend your best friend and they wouldn't let you spend time with them around school. That's crazy. I feel like you can't stop students from doing that. Now, that's up to them. They gotta learn. Beating! 1 in 870 students get beat. You might think this does not happen anymore, but it actually still does. Where? What the fuck? Oh my god, repeat school year. I would much rather get punched in the face by my teacher than repeat the school year. That just sounds extreme. Wasting a year of your life is just not acceptable. I mean, if that happened to me, if I was in year 13 and I'd just done all my exams and I was about to leave school and I'd done something really bad and the teacher told me I had to come back, I just wouldn't come back. I just wouldn't. Okay, expelled. Apparently this happens to 1 in 1,700 students. Do you think this is a fair way of dealing with students who refuse to follow the rules? Yes, I do. I do think that is. Because some kids are just crazy and they're just not right in the head and they shouldn't be at the school. Not everyone, but some. Henry, or the year 7 Chavs, for one. If they were real and they went to people's schools, they wouldn't belong anywhere. They wouldn't go to any school. They'd be in a prison cell somewhere. Let's be honest. Sit-ups. God, can you imagine misbehaving in like maths or something and the teacher's just like, right, give me 100 sit-ups. This sounds like a fun punishment. Do you agree? Do you like exercising? Yeah, but not in like maths. That just wouldn't be fun while everyone's watching. Kneeling on peas. A very common punishment in Asian countries. Ouch, this must be uncomfortable. What? Kneeling on peas. Oh, God. Remind me never to go to an Asian country. Jesus Christ. Kicked out of prom. A school has a no grinding rule for prom. That's just funny. No grinding. That is funny. That's happened to 1 in 20,000 students. They weren't allowed to go to the prom. I didn't really care about prom that much, so I wouldn't really have cared about that. 1 in 28,000 students, $5 fine for chewing gum. Oh my god. So if you get caught chewing gum in school, you have to pay the school $5. Wow. They're just like your parents would just immediately get billed. Just invoiced through the post. That's crazy. The school must have made a fortune. Yeah. What a crazy rule. See what I mean, guys? These rules are just getting worse and worse. Okay, 1 in 32,000 students holding hands. 2 boys were punished by holding hands for 15 minutes. Not a bad punishment. I mean, yeah, but it's quite embarrassing though, isn't it? If it's in front of the whole school. There's definitely worse punishments though. Wearing a sign. A school made naughty kids walk around with a sign that reads why they are bad. Wow. That's quite funny. I bit a teacher. I headbutted a girl. Oh, a dunce cap. A form of punishment in the late 1950s that left students feeling humiliated. Well, I feel like a little good boy. I don't feel humiliated. I can't believe in the 1950s, if kids wore this, they wouldn't have just laughed. It just would have been so funny wearing one of these. I can't even fit it on the whole camera. Hang on, let me just put my headset back on. I'm gonna try and keep it on. I can't believe the cane is this early on. This is how we know it's going to be crazy. So 1 in 100,000 students got the cane. Our parents still had to endure this. Thankfully, it's banned in many countries. Well, so it's still going on in some countries. Wow. Cutting hair. Wow, I definitely would have rather got the cane than somebody cut my hair. A girl was playing with her hair in class and a teacher decided to chop it off. Oh my god, it actually says chop it off, but we'll ignore that. Oh my god, imagine that happened to like a chavvy girl in the UK. Oh my god, miss, what the fuck? Miss, what? You just cut my hair off. That would be so funny. That teacher would probably die. Wooden paddle. Although this was done with parents' permission, it was later made illegal. What did they do with the wooden paddle? What did they do with it? Shave off facial hair. Okay, so it's basically like cutting your hair off, but on your face. Probably not one for the girls. It's probably not even that bad. Imagine having to shave your facial hair off in front of the whole class. Ridiculous. Yeah, it is ridiculous. But they probably shouldn't have messed around, should they? Locked in the closet. Imagine being told a story about monsters in a closet, then being locked in it. Wow, how old are these kids that they're locking in the closet? That's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely not allowed now, surely. Maybe it is in some countries, I don't know. They're just getting worse and worse. Isolation for a whole year. We know of schools that isolate kids for the day, but not a whole year. Yeah, so you go into like isolation block, where you just in a room to yourself the whole day. Oh, God. I mean, part of that sounds good, part of it doesn't. So you wouldn't be allowed to speak to your friends, you wouldn't be allowed your phone, you're just stuck in a room learning all day. That would make school so much worse, wouldn't it? Police warning, simply for not returning library books. Whoever did this needs to relax. Yeah, I agree. That's quite intense. Eating lunch off the floor. There's no way a teacher's going to make a student do that, surely. And you thought school lunches couldn't get any worse. Wow. Sent to mental hospital. Oh my God. That's so funny. That is something that the year 7 chavs need to go to. A school claimed that a 6-year-old was totally out of control and dangerous. A 6-year-old. If you're letting a 6-year-old take control of the class, you shouldn't be a teacher. Panties down. Girls in Japan were asked to drop their panties. What the f***? What the f*** am I watching right now? 1 in 700 million students that's happened to. That is still way too many. What the f*** is wrong with you, Japan? Surely that's not like a common thing in Japan. Please, please tell me not. The cone of shame. Oh my God, that's taking the dunce cap to a whole new level. A teacher used a dog cone on a student, but the school immediately stopped that. That's so funny. Oh my. Oh my God, I want to see this now. Dog cone on human. Imagine your friends just misbehaving. They won't stop talking in the class, and then the teacher makes them wear this. That would just be so funny. I wish that was a punishment. Fined for speaking another language. A school made students pay 30 cents if they were heard speaking Filipino. That sounds kind of racist. What the fuck? Why? What's wrong with them speaking their language? Getting bullied. Shockingly, a school allowed this to happen as a form of punishment. Oh my God. So the teacher was like, if you don't stop talking, I'm not going to defend you from your bullies anymore. I don't care if you get bullied. Oh, that's so funny. I mean, it is funny and it isn't at the same time. What is it tied up in a duffel bag? A kid in Kentucky was kept in a bag for 20 minutes. All teachers involved were fired. Okay, at least they were fired and it wasn't like actually allowed to happen in the school. 1 in a billion students. What did the other students do while this was happening to the kid? Arrested. A student was once arrested for burping and another for having a plastic knife. This is when schools just need to calm down. Also, imagine tying up a year 7 chav in a duffel bag. What's in the bag? Your mum. Police escort. The kid didn't do anything terrible. His crime? Wearing the wrong shoe color. Schools are so pernickety about wearing the right uniform. What were the color of his shoes? What were they? Were they something... I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like, any color they were. It doesn't need a police escort to leave the school. Okay, last one. This is crazy. Jail sentence for bubble gun. A girl was called a terrorist for having a bubble gun. So, oh my God. Okay, I need to see another picture. So a girl brought a bubble gun to school, and I guess the teachers thought it was a real gun, and she got a jail sentence for it. Oh my God. I mean, I don't know if this was the gun, but this doesn't even really look like a gun. I'm just going to bring in my Nerf gun to school. Hopefully I don't go to prison. I mean, that sounds funny, but hopefully she didn't go away for a long time. If you thought your school was bad, you could have gone to prison for bringing in a bubble gun to school. Some teachers are just crazy, aren't they? Right. Oh, God. Oh, it makes my head itchy. Right, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. That was very interesting. The weirdest one is the panties down one. Girls in Japan were asked to drop their panties. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? That's so weird. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you've had anything like this or worse. I'd love to know. And if they are worse than this, then probably don't even comment. Just go straight to the police. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Before you go, also don't forget to subscribe. subscribe. Bye.
Oi! Subscribe!
Oh God, please subscribe. Subscribe.
Subscribe! Subscribe!